Well, guys, welcome to the show. Thank you all for joining the show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Passage Finder, I can see you. Thank you for joining the show. Island Girl, darling, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining the show. Don't forget to hit the like button while we get started. So, and it's going to be a short one, just like a little review of what that has been happening, and it goes about the latest, the youngest wifey of the village, the chosen one, the trophy wife of Uncle Ogutu or Gutu. Well, we just understand who we're talking about. So it's well, what they put out there is what that we're going to follow. So, but big idea number one, this is just a reaction video, and it's all based on what that it's being put out there. So we're just going to take a little summary of what we saw, because it goes about Uncle Gutu, and Uncle Gutu is the brother to Machete Man. And as the history is being, put out there, we had the first revelations years back, or maybe 2 years ago, and with the new confirmation from Mr. Kohera, a little bit in depth about this young man, not really a young man, an old man, an average aged man that we're going to talk about, because the wife is pretty young, and we can see it's like probably a lady of 19, 20, or 21. But we can also remember in that part of the world, you find early marriages, young girls from 15, 16 years are already parents of children. So we see this trend also. But we didn't really understand that Mora was going to get him a wife, the uncle, a wife of this age, and with two small babies, whether they're baby girls or boy child, we don't know. But we're just imagining in that context, bring in a young lady like that into marriage with an ex-convict, because this is where the problem lies, an ex-convict. So we're just imagining, because you never know what can go into his brain one day with small children. Where are they going to sleep while they are consuming this first marital life together in the one small room? And we just not really sure what's really going to happen here. But the safety, above all, the safety should come first, because we don't know whether this man has really changed. Because we also come to understand from a Kohera that when he got out of jail, that even he had a wife, he has kids, and the other family members. And really, really, it's like they didn't care about him. They abandoned him. And that was how he made his way to Machete Man for help. And as Mora really needed somebody to man the gate, and it was a good offer for him. At least he had somewhere to sleep, to start afresh. Yes, but then when you talk about an offender of that magnitude, we're talking about somebody that had a second degree manslaughter case, and we're also talking about placing some innocent minors in that very position, and with a young mother that probably has no idea who this guy is really. So this calls for concern, this calls for an alarm, this calls for everything that every family should be scared of. Because if his own family, from the village, his wife, his kids, could, run away from him when he came out, it could also be a changed man. But then you cannot entrust the lives of two young kids. You cannot place them in this situation. So I'm wondering at this point whether Mora knows the dynamic, the aftermath, what that can this union can become. Because if it doesn't go well, it goes terribly bad. I think he will be involved in this problem because he knows more than probably this young trophy wifey. And probably even the parents, the families of this girl doesn't have this knowledge about who this man is. A man that came out of prison 9 years trying to unalive somebody, and you're entrusting a young child of that age, young children of that age, apart from the mother too is still young, probably 20 or 21. Osuyeme, darling, welcome. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you. So we see a little bit of, there's a fear here. There's fear here. And the fear is primarily about the kids because they're still too young. How are they going to cope with this? How is this young lady going to cope with this? Do you find a wife just like that? Hello, Sunny Adventures. Thank you for joining the show. Welcome. How do you look for a wife for somebody that spent 9 years inside? You have to evaluate what he did. You have to also evaluate, has he become a changed man as of this point? Because for me, I still, I'm in doubt, especially when it comes to the safety of those two small kids. And initially, guys, if you remember, Mora was, announcing in his lives that he has an uncle that needs a wife. If there's any of you out there in America, in Canada, in Europe, that wants somebody that was that the problem just came like that is actually not a bad guy, that is somebody that really wants him to make a family with him, and that the person can come. So I'm wondering, at that point, I started wondering, why would you want to place an ex-convict before your own audience? Are your own audience so gullible that they won't even have any other choice, that they can't find men in their location? It has to be an ex-convict in the village setting. So I look at that and I said, probably this guy is just underrating. It's indirect insult to his own audience. That means they can go for anything. They can take anything. That means they don't really have a, what should I say? That means their choices are of low level. So that's what I saw there. So it's like, as that one didn't work out, now they arranged this young girl. But this young girl is just too young to understand the scope of what this guy had done, to understand that coming with those two kids, she's also endangering the lives of those two kids. And if that yesterday was the first day for the marriage to be consumed, were those two kids, where were they going to sleep? Or they sleep in the bed and the two kids sleep on the floor. and they visualize everything, they imagine everything. And who is the parent, the father of those two kids? That's if they're from the same father. Don't forget, guys, in this village setting, it is normal for most of them from 15, 16 years to have kids. It is just normal. Nobody really cares about that. The government doesn't care about that because it's like it's a norm that has come to live within them and they accept it. So even when we as outsiders find it difficult to understand that a minor should be forced into a child marriage, they don't seem to understand why we are even complaining because this is part of their culture. So, guys, so what's happening here after that is that now we also have to take into consideration that also Mora reaching out to ask the subscribers to help with 3,000 US to get the Uncle Gutu Elan. And after that, they need to build him something. And in a hurry, he had erected this mud house in which we can see that the windows were barely dry. And the inside, it's a single bed or a double bed that should be for two. Will the kids sleep there? No. So we also want to dive into the direction that, hello, Passage Finder. Yes, you've been here. Thanks a lot for coming. So we also want to dive into the fact that it can also be a staged marriage, a staged way to gain Donatu's attention again. We also want to believe that probably it's not really the real marriage. It is all staged. But allegedly, we may be wrong. We can also be right because with the morals, the more you look, the less you see. It's like a broken mirror that keep coming back if you try to glue it back. But at the end of the day, it is a sort of a design, something being designed just to obtain the final result. And the final result could be gearing towards the Donatus pockets. Yes, the passage finder said, what is going on in that village should be against the law. Yes, that is true. It should be better. It's like sometimes I wonder, is that village part of Kenya or part of Tanzania? Because we don't really see much that is, it's everything looks scripted. Everything there looks scripted. But you can see the results of why they even scripted it because the results are there. They gain the Donatus' attention and they also gain something back. So now we start wondering, could this be another script just geared towards the Donatus pocket? We also now begin to wonder again that what happened that the real family, the Ondares, none of them attended this wedding. The Machete man was not there. The sister-in-law, Conmom, wasn't there. The direct niece and nephew, the children of Machete man from the first marriage, the two boys, they were not there. I want to bring them in. And Lady J was not there. Agamaliza was not there. Moonface was not there. Now this is the new name. She also go by that new name. So she wasn't there. So, and I start to wonder, why were they not there? Is it that they're not interested, especially the niece and the nephews? Is it that they're afraid that in case something goes wrong, they will be blamed for it? Because Lady J could have also raised donations for him to help him. After all, he's also building something for another man in which he took a responsibility of that, a lady there in the village. Why didn't they? Why are they not interested? Why Mora? Because Mora is not directly related to him. No, he has no bloodline with this uncle. This uncle is an uncle to Agamaliza and Lady J. That's all we know. And the two people that are they have the same bloodline were not there. The brother was not there. The sister-in-law wasn't there. Or even the two kids of Machete Man through the first marriage, the two boys, they were not there. So what are we not talking about here? Okay, the passage finder said this face is more a jackfruit shape than moon shape. That's true. That's true. All the names we can go with the jackfruit shape or the moon face. We can, anytime we can always refer to those three. Guys, hit the like button as you come into the house. Hit the like button. You've probably forgotten. So we see that there's a lot going on here. There's other people that are direct bloodline. Step aside. And Mora came out. Probably Mora is the biggest a YouTuber that can, secure donatus to help. Now, we also come to think that probably with his face, the people that would have introduced this girl said, hey, Mora is a big fish. And after that, we go to the villa and they said, oh, our young sister is married to the rich family of Yabohanse. And why not? So even if they know about the story or they don't want to even think about that, because I see that in poverty, people just think of the present, how to, feed. The present comes first. They don't even think about the future, what could go wrong in the future, irrespective of the circumstances that, they find themselves in. It could be a young girl, a single mother, the kids. I think the last one she was carrying probably is a 2 years or 2.5 or 3 years. And the first one, I don't know, could be a little bit older. So what happened that she lost, she doesn't have she's no more married to the father of these kids. And how could she be sure if that one was so bad that this one is going to be a good replacement, that this one is going to bring more to the table for them? And now, even for the first time, I think the looks from what I saw from the family of the girl, when they saw that thatch house, they saw the mud place, I think they were a sort of disappointed. Probably they thought, yeah, if they link the name of Mora to the man, they thought probably this family is already rich. The old man is rich, is an old man, but it's okay. The nephew, Mora, is doing well. They have a big villa and all that. Well, for them, it was something nice, at least to get into the villa for the first time, probably see how other people live, that this family is probably doing well, and that once your sister is married there, that there won't be any problem. And also probably with loads of assurances from Mora, don't worry, this is just a stepping stone. This house is just for now. We're going to get uncle a concrete house. We're going to get everything right for him, and your daughter will not suffer. But I see this as it's like looking for a babysitter for the man, because if the man is 60 or close to 60 and this is a 21-year-old, worth or probably younger than the ages of his own children. Hello, Chippy Chippy. Welcome, darling. Thank you for joining the show. Watching behind the curtains. Yes, sorry. I hope I didn't wake you guys up. So I see that probably they had all this assurance that they're going to change the house for them. They're probably going to make her start also working in the villa. She'll be cleaning the floor there in the villa, while the husband stays in the security post. So that means it's another family enslavement. And probably even when the small kids of the new wife grows up a little bit, they'll be sweeping the floor of the villa. So all these are things that we're trying to evaluate. We're trying to really understand what's really in their mind, and what is Mora really up to. But we want to believe that number one, we want to believe that it's another scripted gearing towards the donatus pocket, because at the end of the day, he will tell them, look, there's not even a toilet. Uncle doesn't have a toilet there. Uncle doesn't have a kitchen. And now the family is big. They're already uncle, the wife, and the 2 kids. We need to give them something in which the kids can have where to sleep, so that they can have their own privacy. So we're going to see this rolling on in and out within the week, in some months to come. So, but I just feel sorry for this young lady. Who did this to this young lady, guys? Who did this to this? How could the person do this to this young lady? Bring this young lady in. Somebody probably older than their own parents. It's unbelievable. So, hello, Nikki. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining the chat. Thanks a lot. So, Chippy said, I feel the uncle so called wife is a vulnerable adult looking for love, but a 60-year-old is a no no. Yes. The young lady might not really understand anything about life. She's just been lured into this. There are people to stand to benefit from delivering a wife because they were in search of this wife for this man. And probably this one here, who knows, some young girls in the village, they can get, pregnant with some boys like that. And the boys will say, no, 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 I'm not the one. You were not, it wasn't only me, you had other people too. And at the end of the day, she's stranded with the child, and they come now. They went to her, tell her, hey, there's somebody here that really wants to get married to you. Why don't you come? He's an old man, but at least he will give you security. The billa is there. The family is very rich. And I want to really, really, I try to really, really understand if that yesterday was the first encounter with the man, and if that yesterday night was going to be the first time they were going to, you know, what should I say? They were going to bed mates, you know. So I'm really trying to understand what that really happened there, because I'm still not able to really understand this thing. I keep looking at that picture. I keep looking at it's a young, beautiful girl. It's a beautiful girl that can get a young man. And I start feeling, is it that the people that, whoever could have been one father, or was she married before, or was just some small village flatings, just for some small, something in her pocket, and she got pregnant, and each time, and they abandoned her with those kids. These are really hard questions to really, get an answer, because that answer probably would have also get us informed about it, why she actually chose to get into this marriage. Or is it an arranged and a forceful marriage in exchange for something? Because this man, Gutu, has nothing to offer her. And the future is very bleak for her and for the kids. And apart from that, we don't know Gutu's, this man's mental state of health, if he has changed from after coming out from the prison, if he has changed. Because we remember at least something took him into that prison for 9 years. And it wasn't a light sentence. That was a heavy sentence. And that was done. And he was sentenced to that 9 years because of what he did, the magnitude of what he did. So placing two small kids in the same room overnight with somebody like that, you never know when it goes off the brain, boom, sometimes the brain can just, and it can do the unthinkable. Is it that time that people will start saying, oh my God, what happened, what happened? But I think if it gets to that level, well, then Mura will need to answer for it, because this is all his arrangement. He had been arranging for this for quite some time, and we have seen the results now of what he was looking for, a wife, because he could have allowed the man to look for a wife on his own. But we know that it's all scripted. It can also be all script. At the end of the day, we know how Mora is. So we see the whole thing happening again. So Nikki said, I don't think she will last over there. And I am hoping she doesn't live with baby number 3 on the way. That's what I'm thinking. Hello, Fakare darling. Welcome, welcome. I'm very sure consuming the marriage the first night, it depends if she's in a safe period or unsafe period. From the first day there, the marriage will be consumed, and the kids will be, I don't know where they sleep. Is it on the floor, watching and hearing all the sound, watching the mother trying to experience a new hobby, a new hobby, a grandpa, a hobby. It's a grandpa to them. It's a grandpa. It's a grandpa to her. Then probably great grandpa to the kids too. So I have also believed that she might get a number three baby. Yeah. And at the end, she wants to walk away. Then she's walking away with three kids as a single mother and as a young lady. And where will she start from? Well, life no balance. Life is not balanced. Let's put it that way. If you're vulnerable, you're vulnerable. If you don't have a helper, you don't have somebody to put you through in life, then you continue making mistakes. So we see this young lady, the mistake continues, and we don't know what will happen. I will just pray that she's safe, not that one day the man goes ballistic in the brain and do the unthinkable. Yeah, an ex-convict of that nature, one needs to be really, really careful who you placed besides him. If his own family could reject him, the wife and the kids, then guys, they live with him. They know how he is. So if they could reject him after coming out from the prison after so many years, then I don't think any person should entrust somebody, a young family like that, into his hands. So but all this is Mora's arrangement. We're going to see how it's going to work out. So that's what I see there. Yes. So Nikki said the Machete man's absence speaks volume. He probably knows that his brother is still abusing alcohol. Yeah, that's it. Because how come the brother was not there? Not even the sister-in-law. The sister-in-law wasn't there. Not even his direct nephew and niece. The nephews were not there. Lady J wasn't there. Lady J is roaming the village there. Why couldn't he come? Talk less of what did this person call a gamma lizard now? Grapefruit, fruit first, or the or the blue moon first. They were not there. At least she could have made a call, unlike I said, "Hey, I'm here, uncle. Congratulations." But there was nothing like that. She could have done that. So there's a lot to really think about here. There's quite a lot. So hello, Ransom Fiti. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining the show. Thanks a lot. So we see Chippy Chippy. That's exactly my thoughts too. He is looking for travel money. Yes, Nikki. He's all scripted. He's looking for money to travel. He wants to go to Argentina, go to other places. He wants to prove that he's still with the wife. Because as of yesterday, he said, my son and my wife, this is their house, though they're aware they traveled. So he wants to bring back the family. And now we're almost skipping the topic to, let's see what Chippy said. Nikki, Marwa grabs at every opportunity of making money. I can only say a house will be built soon by Donatus. That's all. That's all. For me, I am of the same opinion. A house is surely going to be built. This small mortar, 4 square house, no toilet, nothing. It's just to push the narrative, it's just to drive it to the Donatus ear that this place is too small with 2 small kids. There's no toilet, there's no kitchen, there's no privacy. Guys, we need to hasten up to help this family. At least now that uncle is lucky enough to find a beautiful young lady, we need to give them something to, at least a good place to sleep. So I think this is what Mora is looking for. And with that, it's going to have the pockets, his pocket is going to swell up. It's going to be able to pocket. If he gets 100%, he will pocket 70%. If he can only use 30% and expand that house and the toilet and all that. And at the end of the day, that land, that house is in his land. So it's still his property, not even the property of the uncle. Hello, Black Beauty. Welcome to the house. Thanks a lot. Thank you for joining. Yes. So Nikki said, Chippy, yes, he was hoping that there would be an outpouring of funds for him, just like when he was building a grandma's house. That's it. But nevertheless, it's still not too late. That's still going to come. That money is going to come through. That's still going to give him something, guys. He knows what he's doing. He's going to get something. So at the end of the day, but the land is in his name. That's the problem. That is his land. That is his land. It's not that he bought a land for this guy. So at the end of the day, when there's a fight, he can push him out. So it's like the guy renting the place. And if the guy decides not to work for him, it's over. He will throw him out and say, it's my land. And I build it. What will that guy do? Nothing. That's it. So, and Black people said, no, we'll punish that. Yes, everybody knows how he is. Everybody knows, he exploits the vulnerable. So, Fakare said, what is the name of his 3,000 can a month pension donatus? What is the name of his $3,000? Can a month pension donatus? Wow, it depends. It depends. Some donatus end up to that. So if they come in hundreds, so that money is easily reliable, they can realize it easily, then he will go ahead with all his scripted plan. It's all scripted. Auntie Yomi, darling, Auntie Yomi TV storytelling. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Hi, it's London, Auntie Yomi. Thank you. JNR, welcome to the chat. Finally caught up with Vico. Yes. Finally. Yes. Welcome to the show. Thank you. Could have been doing this since. So Nikki said, Auntie Yomi's TV, yes. And the Fakere, baby, my brain needed a break from Mora and D husband. Yes, even me sometimes I try to take a break off it. But when I saw when it was live, I saw those marriage pictures and I tried to visualize it to see if Machete was there. Machete wasn't there. Con Mom wasn't there. Lady J wasn't there. Then I said, I think these people are scared. They're trying to hide their head, but they're not sure. They know something could happen in the future. And when they look through like the picture like that, the day of the marriage, they see that they were not there. Then they can easily deny, said, we did not support it. Hello, Fatumo. Welcome to the show. Thank you, Fatumo. Yes. So we see that they're trying to withdraw because they know exactly that there could be problem in the future. So with that, they will stay. With that, they will stay in the background and they'll say they were not there or they did not even know because the man had somebody that could do what he did. The brain can one day, maybe after drinking and all that, then the children probably they're crying. You never know. And he could unleash all his anger on them, or the mother would talk, then just squeeze her and put her one corner. So all that is something that everybody needed to really think about because anything can happen. Anything can happen with somebody like that. If his own family, the children and the wife can abandon him, man, I think everybody should really, really be careful. And why he was needed in the villa was that because Mora couldn't get other people again to man the gate. He couldn't get the free workers again. He couldn't get something free again. And that was why maybe when he went to Machete and Machete said, are you ready to man the gate? At least you will have a roof over you. At least you'll be able to eat whatever they cook there. We don't even know whether he's even paying him. He might not even be paying him because Mora wants something cheap. And what do you expect? That's it. So Fakar said, I will not, if I don't come back, I'll have too much of my own problem. Let me mind other people's business. Yeah, I know, Fakar. So Ransom Fiti, how are you? Ransom said, has Ogutu been assessed by a probation service for safeguarding reasons? There ought to be restrictions on him on release from prison. I have concerns as an ex-analyst of prison probation reoffending. Yes, me too, that is my concern. That is my concern, Ransom Fiti. This man probably hasn't been reassessed. I don't even know if they have a situation like that, if they have a department like that that can evaluate this sort of people before allowing them into the society. talk less of with a young child, two young kids, because they'll be crying. Kids doesn't know. Maybe they have headache or they are hungry. And maybe his brain is not able to take that again. And at that point, maybe he's under the influence of drugs, drink. Then he will just explode. What are we not talking about here? It's the lives of two small babies. So I don't know whether Mora knows exactly the dynamic of what he's going into, because it can turn out, if it turns out bad, he will take everything. And meanwhile, this man is not biologically related to him. He's only related to the sister and the brother. And that's it. When he keeps saying my uncle, just because he wants donation, and you don't look at the danger that this man can pose to this new bride that you're looking for him to keep him company, because that child, should I say child? Well, it's a child, wifey, trophy. It's almost like his grandchild age. So it's like taking care of, babysitting for the old man. So Black Beauty said, Fakere, you must come. I'm not always there also, yes. And the Fakere, you must come. Okay, Black Beauty, because I love this life than the one on the way. Oh, thank you. It's so cold here, -3, my God. -3 degrees. And to your mystery, he had another woman with a young child also last year. Really? From the villa there? Oh, wow, I didn't know about this. Okay, Blackbeard said Conrad was not there. Okay, and the Fakare, I thought the uncle was Con mom's cousin. No, it's a brother, direct brother to Con dad. He's a direct brother to Con dad. That's it. It's a direct brother to Con dad. That's why I said Mora is not even related to him in any way, though he keeps saying my uncle. The real people that are related, they abstain from the marriage. They didn't come because probably they know what he did. They don't trust him. And you that you don't relate, just because you want the money, you want to get your donors to bring money. So for that reason, you don't even care about the risk. You just allowing somebody back into the system without evaluation, like what Ransford Fitty said. It's very, very important, especially a crime of that magnitude. You don't just welcome him back like that. Yeah, as a family, you can try to embrace him a little bit, okay. But to impose a wife and two small kids, innocent kids, that is where the problem lies now. It is very, very bad, extremely bad. Hello, Stevie. Steve, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. So that's what we're trying to evaluate the whole thing and the dangers that can come with it, apart from the money that he's looking for, because now he wants to travel, he needs the money. The land is even his land. We don't know whether he realized that 3,000 that he asked the donors to give him, that he wanted to buy a land for him. Probably he got that money. Probably he got the money and he didn't. Probably he got the money and he didn't. Oh my God, where is this call coming in? Let me tell him we'll call you back. I'll call you back in 20 minutes time, okay? Thank you. Wow. So guys, and Chippy, okay. Steve, Black Beauty, Fakere, and the rest. Yes, welcome. Just like his calls, Machete Man, my dad. Real fool. Sorry, I'm using the word here. It's not right. So, how can you be calling somebody that is not your father, my dad? What sort of a dad is that? You're calling somebody that is carrying a machete, my dad. You're calling somebody coming out from the prison for that kind of a crime. My uncle. If there is any person here in America or wherever looking for a husband, Uncle Gutu, got into some problem that wasn't really his fault. He's a good guy, so he was soliciting. So that one didn't work out. Now he went into the village to screen. Let's say he went screening to check the most vulnerable to bring on the table, like a trophy. Said, Uncle, now we found you one, because I'm sure it's one of those people his gullible friends in the village that would have arranged for this. Bring that small girl to be slaughtered. Bring that small girl to be slaughtered. Slaughtered. That's what it is. Because against her wish. And the kids will be there in the same small room watching. My God. This Nyawante episode is sometimes I want to run away from it. I don't even know where to run to. Because it's like the more you look, the less you see. It is just terrible. It is terrible, honestly. I can't just imagine it. I can't just imagine it. It's just terrible. But well, we hope everything will be fine, will be okay. Then we know exactly what to do. So Fakere said, why is it easier for him to forgive a man that abused him? Oh, that's a good question. That's always what I keep asking myself. That's what I always keep saying. A man that abused and made him lose his eye and not Kohera. The devil is dancing in that family. That's it. That's you said it all. You said it all. Honestly. That's it, Fakere. That's what that I always tell people. How could he? Who is the better devil among these two people? Hello, Pamela Modeste. Welcome to the house. Thank you. Who is the better devil among the two? That Kohera, that Machete man, is better than his own father. What was the fault of the father? The fault, everything, is from the mother. If the mother didn't run away from him, because Kohera never drive the mother away. Kohera didn't want the divorce, but the mother took him forcefully and went straight to this very one. And you don't see anything wrong with the Machete man. Even after hooking his legs up on the ceiling hook, dropping the head down and beating him every day. And he didn't see anything. Even when he lost his eyes and that guy was right there. And yet that one becomes a real father and the other one becomes the worst father. So sometimes I don't know how people reason. I don't just know how the people reason. And now you're still embracing this one that had just come out after 9 years inside. 9 years inside. You're telling the whole world that he's a good man. How? What makes this person a bad person? What makes a Kohera a bad person? Is it the sperm? According to the sperm donor, Kohera was, I know they call me sperm donor. But at least the name that I gave him, he's still carrying on that same name. Why didn't he throw away the name? That's the name that Kohera gave him. Poor Kohera. Well, Kohera, it's a pity. Sometimes what you find in a miserable world, sometimes life doesn't go like that. Just accept it. We embrace you here. We'll be watching your videos. We will support you in any way that we can, Mr. Kohera. So that is what life is all about. So guys, well, let's hope that Auntie Yomi Nikki, yes, Pamela. How are you, Pamela? How are you doing? So let's hope, well, let's see, maybe this evening, well, we watch out again what they have to put out there. Then we will evaluate again. Let's see what will happen after the first night of the marriage, if they have consumed the first marriage, the first night of the marriage. And let's see another 1, 2, 3 months, whether the girl is going to carry number 3 baby. Then at the end of the day, she will walk out of the marriage with 3 children as a single mother, or they will also confine her. The husband will work as a security. The woman will work as a cleaner, cleaning the house or sweeping the compound for free, just for a plate of a meal. And who knows, when the kids grow up again too, he'll also use them too. May God help us. What more can I say? So guys, thanks a lot for today. And we'll leave it like this until we watch the new developments, and we will follow up. So Pamela Modesta, I'm great. I'm highly favored. This month is my birthday. Wow. Happy birthday to you. Today's my hubby's birthday. He's just gone out with some cakes with his friends. And then when he comes back in the evening, we go for our own dinner. Yes. So welcome, guys. Thanks a lot. So Black Beauty, Auntie Yomi, Pamela Fakere, Steve E, thanks a lot for joining. And the Ransford Fiti, thanks a lot. JNR, thanks a lot. Nikki, bye-bye. And if I've forgotten somebody here, then forgive me. Chippy, yes. Chippy, thanks a lot for joining. Ransford Fiti was here too. Nikki, Auntie Yomi, yes. Thanks a lot, guys. So we'll see you again in the next. Bye-bye. Bye.